Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is 9:30 p.m. and we're doing it. Hell yeah. Happy Saturday, everyone. Well, Sunday, actually. Saturday was yesterday. Happy Saturday to me. Uh, I'm doing well. Good Saturday so far. I haven't really done anything too exciting. Recorded a little Darkest Dungeon. And, what else have I done today? I feel like I did something else. Oh, I made a breakfast burrito today for the first time. It was it was exciting. I mean, not that exciting, but like it felt good. I was like, I'm hungry. I have one tortilla, sausage, hash browns, eggs, and cheese. I'm going to combine these ingredients. It went poorly. I have no idea how to wrap a burrito. However, I watched a video on how to wrap a burrito after the fact, and I feel like 10% more confident in burrito wrapping strats. So next time I have a chance, I'm gonna try again. It was tasty though, even though it wasn't very well done. Like the burrito was falling apart at the end. Everything I did manage to keep everything staying inside, but it was like I don't know. I got like 3 attempts at wrapping the burrito, and then it was starting to tear, and I was like, all right, we're just gonna get it to stay long enough to toast it a little bit, which I was able to do, and then just move on. Yeah, it was fun. It was a good experience. I'm gonna try more. Like I wanna do more burritos. I feel like I should eat more tortilla based foods. Like I don't know, shit, dude. Maybe I'll make a quesadilla now. That's a big ask. But maybe, you never know. I'm kind of crazy. Kind of out of my mind. Are quesadillas, like, is a cheese quesadilla just a weird grilled cheese? Well, anyway, let's play Monster Train, shall we? uh, don't think about that one for too long. We are a little fade today. Very exciting. We've had, I believe, this was Exile Melting. This was Exile Melting. Actually, I'm just gonna go look at the run history now that it's on my mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we had oh, this was a Hell Rush we did on stream. So for the main series, we've had 4 of our last 5 be Exile Melting. Lots of Exile Melting. I don't have a complaint about it. I really like playing with Exile Melting. I think it's the most interesting clan because Primitive Mold is cool. But you know, a little variety, but not today because we're fade. So no variety today. As is often the case at the start of Little Fade runs too, I'm gonna go look at what my last Little Fade run was. Hey, this is the inverse of what we played yesterday, isn't it? Let's see, Stygian, Awoken, Hellhorned, Wormkin, Exile Melting. Oh, it was Firelight last time. Okay. It's a shame because this is a good Firelight look. I'll probably just play Firelight if it gets shown to me. I never play the other one, the Endless Fade, but, we'll see what we see in this run. I'll throw you a question real quick, and then we will start the run. I've been talking a lot in this intro, but my question for you today is: can you think of a remake that was better than the original? Because I was talking about horror movies. We're watching a horror movie tonight in the Discord, and I was talking about horror movies, and I was looking at the Halloween remake, and that movie was supposed to be really good. And then I found out that they made a remake of the Chucky movie, Child's Play. That's the one with the killer doll, if you haven't seen it. And I looked at clips of that movie, and I went, wow, they somehow made a doll in 2019 look worse than they were able to do in the 80s when they made the original. It's crazy. If you haven't seen it, go look up the remake Chucky. He looks fucking horrible. Like, he looks so bad. I was blown away. It looks like if they went, all right, but what if our doll adapted the Chad face? Or alternatively, my friend said he looks like a shaved Sonic the Hedgehog that they dyed red. And both of them are correct. He looks really bad. So look at that shit. And let me know if there's any remakes that are good that you can think of recently. It doesn't have to be movies, it can be anything. Video game remakes are usually just like remasters though, so you know. Alright, let's roll. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Today we're Exile Melting, Exile Umbra. Plating Seal Daedalus, Darkness Arcus, Patient Seraph, Molten Encasement, Perils, Subsuming Blade. Lost Luggage is a bit of a tricky one to pick up here. Why is it tricky? Well, you can just draw all of your primitive molds turn 1, and then if you need to reform Fade, you're not allowed to. Right? It can be messy. I'm still probably gonna grab it. Because what do I take here instead? I take Hell's Banners. It's okay, but I'm gonna go Lost Luggage. I like it. You know, I actually, with Lost Luggage too, I was thinking we could just play Eternal Flame here. Let's play Eternal Flame. She's still good, I just have to do other things on the run. Is Eternal Flame good enough for me to feel like picking this relic? Kind of. It is pretty strong. I'm gonna do it, and we'll do a little limit testing here. These are all really good start of run pickups. I've been burned by Capricious Reflection a few times lately. Refracting Lenses, I have 0 consumes in my starter. Yeah, we have Subsuming Blade, Perils. I want the money. We have Endless Fade. I'm gonna take the money. I know I'm a staunch Capricious Reflections taker, but I'm kind of over it. I said it. I'm over it. This trial is fine, by the way, because we have Plink. The Clergy Combat's a great hit. We have Plink. Fuck you, Plink. We still have Plink. I'm just less happy about it now. So here's your idea. Here you play the Molten Encasement behind, and then we get to play Magma Morsel, who will get stealthed and Train Steward and clean up this floor. This is the problem though, and also part of the reason I took Endless Fade. Because of Lost Luggage, it's going to be better for me to have quick Endless, right? Because then I don't have to worry about drawing all my primitive molds and dying. Not really dying, just not being happy. And I'm gonna reform. Does it matter? No, I don't think it matters. I don't think I want to keep the front Molten Encasement alive or anything weird like that. Basically, no matter how you slice it, I'm going to win this combat. I feel pretty confident. Maybe if something goes really wrong right here. But no, Endless Fate just kills the boss, right? I think so. Blink, Subzoom. Now, I don't actually want to... what I want to do here is I want to make sure I maximize my money. So I don't want to just kill the boss. You see that? Sadly, I can't get this Umbra morsel down. I want to make sure that I'm getting as much money out of Memorial Fund as is possible. And to do that, we're going to want to sit here and reform things that die. And make sure what Fade does 52. You put her like this. Oh, she kills. She kills. I said I wanted to, because she gets an extra hit in. That's my mistake. Missed like 10 gold for that. If you put her in front, you lose the morsel though. So it was as much as I wanted to get more money out of that, it's also like, is it really worth sitting here and really super min-maxing? You know. Interesting choice here between Hollow Drippings and Purifying Cleanse. There's a definitive right answer, I feel, and it's Hollow Drippings, and that's because we have Molten Encasement. Without Molten Encasement, I might lean towards Purifying Cleanse as a survivability option, but we have the best survivability option in the clan. So, Hollow Drippings, it's just a good burst of burnout to the whole floor. And I think it's pretty likely we play burnout strategies. Let's like call Packed Morsels again for Overgorger. Not Overgorger, the other one. Morsel Maid. But actually let me take a quick look ahead. There is an Umbra banner coming up. I'm gonna move into a philosophy here of clicking Packed Morsels if you're forced into an Umbra banner. And honestly, what I want to play here is I want to play Harvest Baron, but based on the start, we can click on Paraffin Enforcer pretty comfortably, is my feeling. I want to play Harvest Baron, but it's not necessarily... like, if I get shown Multi-Strike here, it's good to just have Paraffin Enforcer as our idea. It's a large stone. Shadow Eater Crucible Collector. I will be taking neither. And we can reroll. It's worth looking for, because I do feel pretty good about Multi-Strike, Paraffin Enforcer, Self-Infuse, and then we just like Intrinsic Hollow Drippings, play Molten Encasement to keep them alive plan. I think that line wins. Fade just kills enemies on the way to that plan, so... quick. Okay, and if we don't see it, it's not that big of a deal either, because we're still fine. We have other ideas on the way. I could have and should have grabbed Burnout 1 for Molten Encasement. That shop is worst case, by the way, but it's not that big of a deal. Thinking about if I want this money. I don't think I do. It's weird because you want to do like Intrinsic, but you don't really want to do Intrinsic. I want this trial. Yeah, I think I can take it. What do I mean, I want to take Intrinsic for Hollow Drippings, but if I play 2 Paraffin Enforcers, I don't necessarily always get them both, right? That's the problem. We put Fade here. We want to maximize... Yeah. It was like this. I want the Molten Encasement to die so that the Enforcer gets this health. And he's going to act as a frontliner for Fade to kill the boss, is the plan. And main priority here is figuring out how I don't take 9 times 2, though. That is goal number 1. How do I stop this? So you do 20 quick... Actually, it's pretty easy. You just play Fade. Yeah, surprise. The answer to almost every problem I can face on this run is going to be play Little Fade. Next turn she will do 35, killing the Apprentice, and then Paraffin Enforcer can clean up the Foot Soldier after he kills Fade. You do play the Encasement. I also feel like I should make sure I throw away Train Stewards. It messes with my Relentless because I won't get the stealth, but what I have to recognize there, I guess, I should say, I have to recognize that I have to eat 2 to not die here. Well, I have to eat 2 to prevent 18, I should say. Not necessarily die, just avoid damage. And I want you to have health. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I actually want the stealth to fall off because I need this Paraffin Enforcer to tank for Fade. Really? So. Nah. I don't need to do that. So we want the stealth to fall off, truly. And we go ahead and we play Fade. Fade will die. And then I'll be able to replay her mid. Acceptable. Okay, good fight. I sacked 2 HP for the trial, which is a good trade. I would have been more hesitant to pick that trial if I didn't have Lost Luggage, but Lost Luggage basically guarantees a Plink turn 1. And a turn 1 Plink is the big pickup to minimize damage taken in that fight. Oh yeah, you're trying to frontline for High Priest, huh? Not really a noble goal. By you, I mean me. I'm trying to frontline for High Priest. Not something that you can really do. But either way, however you want to look at it, we make it. We have a lot of money too. We're gonna have like 300 gold going into Ring 3. Very rich. You love to see it. That's the virtues of starting Memorial Fund, eh? Entombed Explosive is tempting, but it's also kind of underwhelming. Molded, for what? I have Primitive Mold. And Drip Ball, for what, right? I have Molten Encasement. I think I don't need any of these. Space Prism is a card that is hard to not take. But I don't really need it. What does it do for me? It doesn't really do anything. It lets me play Paraffin Enforcer, Molten Encasement, Fade, but I don't really need to do that. I already have Perils. I think this is a skip. It's tempting to just auto-click this, but I think it's best to keep this deck thin. This is going to be a deck that has a few crucial hits no matter how you slice it. If I feel like I need to go right, because here's the deal. If I go left and I see... What do I see? I see holdover? What do you do? Whatever. What do you want here? You could hold over Perils, I guess, but... I guess you could hold over Perils and take double draw. It's like unconditionally 3 energy every fight, or every turn. But there's a condition. I'm not really that crazy about it, but then you give it like a spell chain or something, and then you have plenty of energy. Permafrost. I guess there is something to be said for Permafrost over here. The problem is I need to go right and look for an actual unit. Like I need to have an infusion for Paraffin Enforcer, right? Because if you look ahead, Hellvent, I'll be duplicating without multi-strike right now. So I want to find the infusion idea here, or I want to find the pivot to a Wickless Baron idea. Yeah, the duplicates are gross. I could also just wait till the end for duplication, but I think you go right here, and then we can work out the other problems later. These are both completely worthless. Fossilized Fang Shadowbox never triggers, never does anything. Big Sludge. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's a winner. That unit right there, that's a dub. Not the rare unit I called for, but the rare unit I'm taking. So the big thing to do here at some point is do molten encasement. I do need to give him an infusion of some sort as well, but let me look at the caverns. Blessed Sword, Voice Shield, Petrified Skull. Always an interesting offer. I actually like the Blessed Sword here the most because this will just wipe one of the 2 scary waves on the divinity. It clears all of the tough stuff and it's piercing. That's fine. I have 400 gold. The issue that we face is I can't duplicate self... Oh, I don't need 2 big sludges though now. I can duplicate self-infuse and then just play the singular sludge, right? And then we can make up the rest of the run elsewhere. Yeah, okay. So I can go Steel Shop first and then go duplicate here. I don't think it's that crucial either. Okay. All of this thinking out of the way, what are we gonna do? I think I'm gonna do the Molten Encasement into Molten Encasement, because this is definitely something that I'm going to be doing on this run. It's a matter of when. I may as well grab it now. Don't forget we have Little Fade, right? And now Space is an interesting proposition, because I can put Big Sludge, Fade, and the Stealth Tomb together, so you put Fade in front, Sludge in the back, and then Stealth Tomb between them. And you let Fade die, hit an enemy, harvest. Yeah. And obviously you can do that now, but once I get the... wow, Blink. Incredible. Once I get the self-infuse on Sludge, you can't do that idea anymore because he will be Force Size, is the problem. The issue at hand, if you will. Trying to blink off the damage shield here a little bit. I'm gonna not have all my units die because I have plenty of money and I took a lot of pack shards. So we're gonna be a little more careful. And then starting 2 rounds from now, I'm moving Fade to top 4 duty. I should put something in the primitive mole reform pool though. Yeah, I should get something in there to be reformed. Actually, Fade gets to go up here now. Great bomb placement. So the problem was Fade was going to come up here and not actually die, but now she dies. Great bomb. Very good. You could even say that this is a giant bomb. Good. This foot soldier's going to hurt me. Do I have... Oh, did I already play it? I think I didn't have this guy. I think I drew Subsuming Blade turn 1. I don't think this guy was on the field. I said I should have put something in the primitive mold reform pool, but I did not do so. However you slice this, you're taking 18 here. I think that this damage could have been prevented if I had planked a little more on this floor, but I did not. We're gonna pay the 18 health price. It's a little unfortunate, but it probably could have been helped. There's definitely a way you don't take this 18 here. I think I just missed it. $73. And now I'm thinking about how do I minimize damage taken, right? Absolutely. The problem is this 5-1, right? But it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. So this is one of those positions though where I can play Fade up here like this. Oh, she doesn't die. And I don't want her to stealth because I want her to die. That's awkward. Obviously I could purge the Blessed Sword, but I'd rather take the 5. Anyway, I can draw Plink and kill this enemy, so it's better to kill the enemy that's going to do 6 to me. Yeah, or I can draw Subsuming Blade as well, works. Excellent. Very nice. Fade dies, and then... Yeah, it's Paraffin Enforcer. I am very confident in winning this fight from this position, and so I'm not going to play Fade on the middle floor. However, I am going to throw these guys away for 10 gold. So if I had avoided the 18 damage, this would have been a very clean fight. I did not avoid the 18 damage, but this is still a good enough fight. I think I could have done it, but I'd have to look at the fight again. There's definitely something I could have at least tried to do. Oh, a Formless Child. Forever Consumed is okay. Formless Child, obviously, not a great pickup here. Wretch. Could go Forever Consumed. I don't think I will. Yeah, I think I'll just skip it. It's an idea, though. There's a world where you take Paraffin Enforcer here and just switch your plan back. I think I'm happy to play Big Sludge, but it's a lot easier to play Paraffin Enforcer infused on Paraffin Enforcer and then duplicate that than it is to play one singular Big Sludge. It's easier because I have to answer backline in some way in this run right now. I'm eyeballing Most Blessed Sword and Subsuming Blade for that end. Because Big Sludge is going to get very big, but there's also only going to be one Big Sludge and one Fade, and together they'll probably represent about 3 enemies of death, but we gotta kill 5 consistently, which is a little harder. I think you end up skipping this, but it's worth considering. It's worth considering, Paraffin Enforcer. It might even be right, but I'm gonna play Big Sludge. He's the boy. We can wait until we can wait until Arcus to take space, I think. And I feel pretty good about taking draw here. Perils of Production especially adds to that feeling. We can also easy win here is seeing Trample Stone, by the way. By the by. So this is an interesting idea too. You can go right and do Steel Heal boons, but if we go left, we get double duplicate, like if we go left, right. And we get to get the Sludge infused right now. However, getting the Sludge infused right now isn't necessarily the best because I lose the ability to play Fade with him. So I could just take a second Sludge and sit on it. To kind of have a second Sludge in the deck until we get to after Arcus and then do the infusion. That actually seems pretty good too, because it keeps my pack shards low as well. And right now we're dealing with a hits density problem. But then I'd be going left. Yeah, you know what? This makes sense. This makes sense. To me. I go left here. I remove Paraffin Enforcer. Thank you for your service. And we start cutting out these stewards. And let's take a little peek at the temple. Streamstone. Plus 10 piercing. I actually don't hate the idea of throwing some pack shards at like Plink. We have 25 guaranteed here. Right, we have 25 more pack shards on Sludge. 1 second, there's like a hair in my throat. Hold on. Alright, I paused the recording for that to get rid of it. Could have just muted, but I didn't want to have like a 10-second pause there. Okay, so. The question at hand here is, do I want to go to 50 pack shards right now to upgrade Plink? The short answer is no. And the long answer is no. So I'm going to leave. Duplicate Big Sludge. Upgrade Fade to Eternal Flame 2. And that's basically it. We're going to cash in big time at the steel shop. The one downside of pathing like this is I stay 50 health until here, potentially. Yeah, I can't in good conscience do it. Let's go. Let's just move on. Don't do it to yourself. Party Boy combat, definitely one of the combats I was worried about seeing as well, because this is a fight that requires you to do damage to 3 targets, which I cannot do very well right now. Especially if the first one gets infused. Yeah, like that. Well, thankfully we didn't take the trial. So Fade can do her best. This is gonna be a little toughy though, isn't it? It's gonna be a little difficult to work out here. I think Fade scales at a rate to kill the front light harnesser if I have her follow him up. Ooh, god. I do have a second Big Sludge. And there's no reason not to just put him mid-floor on a turn like this, yeah? Let him do his part. Get a little rage out of the deal. Get a little bit of value out. Plus 14. Do what I can to not get clapped here. Which is its 5 rage on harvest, which is plus 10. I think there's a really funky way. It's actually not even that funky. We could do it with Subsuming Blade, but there's a slightly more efficient way to get this lethal. Just to play the morsel and then subsume it. Gets you the Slay Trigger. Is that worth it? Absolutely not, because I could get the Clip Defender out of the way. But I believe in Big Sludge on the middle floor. With just a little bit of assistance from me, I will save him. And he will do great things for our nation. I also have this Magma Morsel go chunk 11 damage off of the enemy. It can chunk 17. Our mortals. Go die too. Or get eaten, I suppose. Yeah, I should have Subsuming Bladed this enemy away. That's, of course, not my greatest idea. Oh man, I wanted the money. No, I wanted... I was so caught in the cool idea that I didn't stop to think about the other idea, which is to not get beat here. But it's okay. I believe that we will find an out. I no longer believe we will find an out. Yeah, I just would like to not take the 1,000,000 damage that's threatened here, ideally. This tomb lives, doesn't it? It sure does. Okay, that's fine, Blink. If I take damage here, it is entirely, and it is going to be entirely on me. Unless a hero arises. Primitive Mold brings out my 16 damage Magma Morsel. No, sadly I am going to be taking a pretty big hit here. Can't even, I can actually knock him below, I can make this man hit me for 11. But then I lose my big Magma Morsel I've been working on. Yeah, I put myself far behind here for no reason other than I wanted to be cool. And it's a classic mistake, you know? I got an idea, this is gonna look really cool. Oh, it looks dumb, you idiot, you've killed yourself. Foolish. That's okay. It's dude, 2 days in a row of just like a slight mistake leading to me getting beat on this fight. 2 straight days of getting beat down by party boys. I don't like this. I don't appreciate the disrespect from the party boys. Okay, that was gonna be a sad reset right there. If I pulled the big sludge, ooh, that was gonna be a sad reset. I realized it when Fade didn't die, but no problem. Party boys once again merely rob me, but do not rob me in the end. Isn't this an extinguish trigger? It is. Intent on Death is just pure upside. Crushing Demise is actually a really good answer to my problems, though. Yeah, as much as I want to click this, I have to click Crushing Demise here. It's just such a good answer. Call it a Family Feud response. Good answer, good answer. By the way, do not click on any increases or any plus 10 Pack Shard Purge cards. Picked up Hope for Peace. That is now just a -1 on a card. So yeah, we're going right. Finally gonna get to spend this money. What do you got for me? Multi-strike, please. Endless, acceptable. Endless burnout 1 on Molten Encasement, pretty good. We take those. And now... multi-strike. Perfect shop. The last shop was worst possible shop that we saw. This shop was perfect. Very good. Go ahead and remove 2 train stewards. I feel pretty strong now. I'm gonna click this. Oh, Firebox is kind of cute with Lost Luggage. Mask of Penumbra does very little, and Mark of an Exile, it's not the one that gives bonus attack, and I want Little Fade to die, so this isn't that good. He gets Firebox or nothing. Take the Firebox, I have enough money. I'm gonna go buy like 2 removals. The primitive molds are now worthless because I have nothing to reform. So I'm going to remove those even before Plinks. I know, surprising. But really, all 10 of those cards can get removed from this deck, and I will be happy. At this point, it's just a density question. Do I have enough? Arc of Invasion, in a small subset of cases, can hurt me, but it's very unlikely. And this is stealth combat. Yeah, not Harvesters of Death. This is the same combat I fought yesterday, isn't it? Fade goes here. Then we play Big Sludge. aka Sludgy, as I refer to him. We're cool like that. No, don't worry about it. I can't play Plink up here because then Fade doesn't die, and we really want Fade to die. So, that's 240 turn 1. Oh, wait. I feel pretty good about just Plinking here. Oh yeah, and then I put this in the reform pool. We can use Primitive Mold to garner more money by doing things like this. Yeah. I should have played it a little differently. You want to have 2 enemies alive, one to kill Fade and then one to... Fade kills the first one and then the second one kills Fade, is the idea presently. However, that idea is a little difficult to execute on because Fade just won't die sometimes. I think as a result of this, I need to put Fade on a different floor, or she's going to rob me of some harvests. I think it's okay to do this and give the harvest up. That Rebel Morsel has too much health. Magma Morsel can die. We're just maximizing our harvests now. This is a little difficult because the enemy damage is too low. I need to stack up stealth, but I don't want to let little Fade live yet. I want her to be able to comfortably one-shot anything. Ooh, but I did feed this enemy, the marksman. I don't think I want the morsels. I don't think it matters that much, but I don't think I want the morsels. And I go and play another card to get the morsels, yeah. Anyway. Plus 20. He's gonna get a little bit of value from the Molten Encasement. This enemy, I think he will actually walk on me, won't he? 24. It might actually be enough on the harvest to catch him. It's a lot of harvest. Plus 30. And then you go... I think you put Fade in front? No, it's net neutral, right? If a unit dies, it gives 10 damage and 10 armor. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter. Minus 124. Yeah. I needed to try to kill this marksman with Plink, but it wasn't a high likelihood of outcoming in my favor anyway. I'm gonna take, I think, 22 for that. Yeah, 22. It's a bunch of little chip damage in this run because I don't have the second hit, is what's happening now. You can go behind my encasement now. Oh, a real scary enemy. I should have just accepted Fade at like mid-60s on health, but I wanted to be greedy. And where did that lead me? To an even lower health pool. I think we'll be fine. I don't think that this is really a cause for concern. I just have to be a little careful at 17 HP, you know? You know. I'd like to pick up a little pyre health now as well. Second Crushing Demise is decent. Yeah, I don't hate it. Take another one, why not? It's a density problem, right? You have a Crushing Demise on that turn and then it looks a little bit better as well. Maybe not perfect, but a little better. I'm happy to go left here, and then we can spend the rest of the run tunneling magic shops. I go left, I grab the pyre health here is the big idea. We also get the Steel Shot number 2 for a second multi-strike potentially. Whatever we get here we take. Yeah, cool, second multi-strike, ideal. Downright optimal. And I believe I should do my infusion now. I don't want to sit on the sludge forever. And I believe I can, with the infusion, I'll be better off anyway. Just let Fade go do her own thing for a bit. Let Fade get out of my hair. And we're gonna go down to 20 cards now. main thing I want to do is I would like to get down to around 15 cards. I want to give myself a good chance of drawing Sludge, Molten Encasement on turn 1. That's the idea. And yeah, I think I'm good. Let's go. I've been pretty careless in this run. I really don't think it's gonna pan out in a way that gets me. Good turn 1. You go Molten Encasement first, Big Sludge second, and then I can just go throw Fade Away. Call this the Fade Away plan. Get it? No? Okay. I understand. Oh, I get you. Yeah, you're gonna have enough. So, what I want to do is I want to make sure I'm keeping my eyes peeled for turns that this Big Sludge will not handle on his own, and I want to be dispatching Fade to deal with those. Like, he'll handle this turn on his own. He's 46 times 3. Actually, I shouldn't have even killed one of those. I think he'll actually handle all of these on his own, now that I look at it a little closer. Because he's gonna scale up his rage pretty quickly, once he gets 1 or 2 kills in there. 104 times 2, yeah. I think I could even just sit here. Oh, sorry, it's 104 times 3. I keep forgetting I actually hit the second multi-strike. It's such an outlandish concept. I hit the double multi-strike. It just doesn't happen that way very often, you know? Good to see. You like to have it. It's like, it's technically better to stop playing Fade, but I'm gonna keep playing her because I want the money that I get for playing. It's technically better because you get more harvest on the top floor, but there is no question that there's no question that we kill this boss, right? Absolutely none. You got a dude with like 20 stealth and 600 damage over there. No shot we lose this. That didn't feel good. I don't like no shot meta. I don't think that's a term that I want to adapt. There's like, occasionally I'll hear a term and I'll go, oh yeah, I think I want to adapt that to my vocabulary. I'm not a no shot fan. There's no reason to crushing demise anything. I'm just gonna throw Fade out, get my money, and leave. Yeah, I was careless in the early game of this run, for sure, but it still led us down a good enough path. I just want to make sure I have enough supporting spells to kill anything that can sneak my way here. Don't need any of those. I feel it is double draw. No, never mind, it's space, right? Don't forget it's space. It's definitely space. Tunnel magic shops, as we said. 2 temples is nice. I can look for good upgrades. Plus 10 piercing. Probably just take 2 10s. Is there a... No, there's no... The only infused thing I could duplicate is Big Sludge. So I will take 2 10s instead. Go plus 10 piercing pulling. Turning any card piercing is good for divinity. And then we'll take whatever the second one is. Even if it's -1, it's fine, right? The Purge Stone doesn't really matter. Maybe it could be intrinsic, which I wouldn't like that much. I don't want to permafreeze anything. Remove Consume. I was actually thinking about Remove Consume for Blessed Sword. I think that is pretty good. Getting more plays of this card is nice. You just play it in Pierce 60 or 30 probably. Plus 20 Consume Plink, and we'll leave. Oh yeah, don't forget to upgrade Fade. That's actually pretty important too, huh? Could also still... I could be looking at the trinket shops for double extinguishes to make Fade do really big numbers, but I don't think you need to. Now, if there's ever a combat in this game that makes me go, am I sure I want to click this trial? It is Winged Conduits. I think I should have enough, but this is a very scary fight. If we get a double infused the wrong way on turn 1, it's game losing. Only single infused though, so we should be fine. We also have Crushing Demise to lighten the load a little bit. Fuck you, Crushing Demise. You're a piece of shit. You hear me, Crushing Demise? I'm coming to get your ass. You're the new Plink. I'm gonna do the little trick here. You know, why not? May as well scale that bad boy up. It's not like I'm missing anything here, for real. Give him rage so he dies. Good play. Alright. I don't want to buff the tomb. I guess I should buff the tomb. There's not really a great reason not to buff the tomb, now that you mention it. We're here. Fade just has to keep working the steel wings, sadly. I'm gonna get the collector. I may as well. I don't know, man. Sure. Like, maybe it matters, right? Maybe we play this and it matters. I don't think it should, but maybe it does. You never know. Monstertrain do work in a mysterious way or two. Fade comes in. It does kind of matter, doesn't it? Fade comes in, drops 125. Molten Encasement goes behind. I think it goes behind here, like this. I don't want to keep Fade alive yet. Blink, just in case we double hit. You know, we'll try Blink. I respect the hustle. But yeah, from this position it should be like we have the necessary hits, and when we don't, we have swords and crushing demises to make up the difference. The second draw would have been nice since we do give up 2 of our turns to Endless, but, you know. I think I don't need to worry about that rage too much also. Just wanna... yeah, we'll do like this. Our boy's hitting and killing 3 targets, so we really only think about end of run stuff now. We only really think about divinity stuff at this point as being threatening. That one was a little close. But only if I didn't play Fade for some reason. Go get him, little Fade. Actually, I could just do this, right? Oh, it's Trample. That doesn't work. Yeah, it just kills right through the stealth because of Trample. Always forget that works that way. Can't apply stealth. Too bad. I could have played our mid floor and then gotten it, but you know, who cares? Doesn't really matter. And this is just a standard look at a good old-fashioned Endless Fade run. Classic play. You just play Endless Fade and then you hit Big Sludge. Easy. Free. Strongly recommend. I'm talking like this is the end of the run. This isn't. We got like 2 more combats, but I feel overly confident in victory here. Very, very much. I said I was going to tunnel magic shops. There's no reason not to. Like, what am I going to removal here? It's not that worth it. And it is intrinsic, which I said I wasn't going to be too happy about. And there's a freeze or a holdover. It's okay. It's a holdover. You can do intrinsic holdover, crushing demise, or you can do it on perils as well. It's like, it's not really worth it to do this on perils, though. I don't actually think I want holdover. You could do it on, like, Subsuming Blade, maybe. Holdover Subsuming Blade just picks off an enemy every turn for you. What might have been cool is Blast Sword, but at an X-1, I mean, I guess at X-1 I would just play Fade, Tomb, Blast Sword every turn, and that would be 1 X, which is 30. AoE 30 is fine. AoE 30 piercing, but, you know. That idea, that train has indeed sailed. As the kids say. You duplicate here. I don't really feel like I want to duplicate anything, honestly. Let's go look at the trinket shop real quick. Fate's First Blade, Commemorative Spike, Golden Vault, all terrible. Firewall, Hammered Chest Plates, Refined Voids, similarly bad. Firewall's a maybe. I could go over by 5 for Spell Chain, but I guess you could do Spell Chain Holdover Perils, but really I just don't want to give up the draw on Holdover unless it's something that I really want to play, like Subsuming Blade every turn. Subsuming Blade every turn will clip everything down for me. So I want to intrinsic a card that helps me on turn 1. Which one is it? It's honestly, I think it's Hollow Drippings and I just get rid of it. Or it's Pack Morsels. I'm going to do Hollow Drippings. And then I just remove it. Yeah, I think, oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done it on Primitive Mold then. I'm just going to remove it. But I'll do this, it's fine. You get the pack shards, it's good enough. And we'll go Primitive Mold removal, and I will leave here, sadly, 5 gold away from 1 more removal. Doesn't matter too much. I'll take another Blessed Sword. Yeah. All of these choices are, like, fine. I'll click that, because why not? Anything else in here? Plus 10? Sure, Blink. You never know, Blink. You never know. Patient Seraph, like, ways we can lose this include just getting randomly sniped here, but that really shouldn't happen. The top 4 play from Seraph is really annoying, but it's not that annoying, because we just go... Like, I rally him, basically. I'm gonna have so much stealth it doesn't matter. And it is best for me to play top 4. So we just set up like this. Seraph has to kill Fade for me, so every other turn Seraph's just gonna knock Fade off the planet. I don't know, I guess go get him, boys. But not this guy, you get the next guy. Oh, but I made a morsel with Plink. Oh no. Worthless. It actually makes sense for me to just like drop 360 damage onto Seraph here. This seems fine. This boy, Big Sludge, will have big melee weakness, but he'll also die. Or no, he won't die, he'll stealth, I mean to say. And Fade can just go follow Seraph around, I guess. I need to clear... I don't need to clear these morsels out, but I want to get rid of them. I'm sick of looking at them. Get him out of here. No, I wasn't about to min-max for money. I could have taken Golden Vault, I guess. That was an option. I didn't take it, obviously, here, but it was an option. Again, I feel like I should just throw damage at Seraph, right? Why not? What else do I have to do? She's giving me a bunch of free turns. So she will not... Like, she'll die. Fade will die. She will not get stealth. That's game plan A, is just to make sure I'm not going to get Fade stealth on accident right now. Game plan B is to stop making these freaking morsels, you idiot. What are you doing? You know, the min-maxing at this point in the run is trying to min-max a Pre-Relentless on Seraph, which is always a fun position to find yourself in. You can try for it here. Like, max damage here is to throw Crushing Demise and hope it hits Molten Encasement. Oh, I almost did it. Oh, I almost did it. You kill every alternating wave for a Pre-Relentless kill, because Seraph is going to have to come back up here, is the idea. Seraph will have to return on the alternating turn. He's going to come up here, he's going to put a little goon down that we're going to kill. Do you think I was going to do it? Oh, I let Fade stealth. It doesn't matter. 1254. Not quite the Pre-Relentless I would like to have seen. We missed it by 500, sadly. Maybe there was a Pre-Relentless in there somewhere. I mean, if I had thrown that Crushing Demise out, a little bit more likely, I would say. But also a small chance you'd die and lose the run. Oh, I played a bunch of Ember Drain cards as well. I mean, it's over. You just end turn. Yeah, he's 20 stealth. It's over. I'll play Perils just to be safe. 64 on the in-camp front, by the way. Hey, that's me. That's my number, 64. This is a long little Fade run. Wonder why. What's making this run feel so slow? I mean, it's 50 minutes. Little Fade runs are usually 30. I guess this one has a modicum of thinking involved. I gotta be trimming these waves down and things like that. So we drew Molten Encasement turn 1 in like every single fight, which is absolutely optimal. Downright exceptional, I would say. 1, 2, 3. So I need to ping off the Clergyman. Thanks, Plink. Thanks, Plink. Great job. Crushing Demise just because I want to kill Fade myself. But I'm missing 5 damage. I don't care. I'm unhinged. Yeah, we have 3 hits here. We just look at turns like this and we make sure we Bless Sword them down, right? That's the idea. Or Subsuming Blade them down, I suppose. Fade'll be dying for a while still without having to be worried. I guess you do. I guess you just wipe the wave. But I do kind of want the harvests. Yeah, I want the harvests. Alright. I'll just put the damage up here. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Like, this is the wave that I don't disrespect in any capacity. I do make sure I give the utmost respect and escort these enemies to the door. Should I have Plinked first? Do you really think that Plinking first would have changed that outcome? No. You know and I know what's gonna happen that turn. It's always gonna happen. You're taking a little spikes damage here, huh? Well, the enemies... No, yeah, you do this, because now the enemies are here, and I can get the value. I don't think he's actually taking... He's taking... No, he's not taking spike damage. He's taking this damage, right? Yeah, okay. The enemies are at our gates now. I'm gonna make sure I try to kill off any blowback damage, but other than that, I can just leave them to harvest. The harvest is upon us. Little stealth don't hurt nobody. Like here I was debating killing this guy or not. I think I killed the one spikes, but I don't need to kill the chains. He's dead for sure. You get more damage to push through the divinity if you do kill these enemies ahead of time? Probably. Maybe it's better. Anyway, I'm gonna start letting Fade live now. Could I keep scaling her? Yeah, you could. It doesn't matter though. 305 and 360 is plenty to wipe these waves. Like, you're min-maxing things that don't matter at this point. What do I need to avoid? I need to avoid... There's one losing line, and that's Mouse Slip playing Crushing Demise and killing Big Sludge. That's the losing line currently. It does exist. It is out there. There's a way to lose this. Absolutely. There you go. I probably could have gotten a pre-relentless kill if I had been a little more efficient. Actually, I might still get it. 1188. Yeah, I could have been slightly more efficient and gotten the pre-relentless, but what's done is done. And you know what's done? This run is done. Unless something unbelievable happens right now. No. Of course not. Gotta get the 5 extra gold, you know? Alright. Good run. Thanks, Fade. Honestly, thanks, Big Sludge. I think you can play the same run with Paraffin Enforcer as well. You have to make different considerations, right? The upside of playing double Paraffin Enforcer instead is you have 4 hits, or actually you'd have 5 hits, I think. You'd have 5 hits instead of 3, because I think one of them would have 2 multi-strike and one of them would have 1. But the downside of that idea is you have to figure out how to not have them burn out right away. And that's a challenge in itself. I think that the Big Sludge line is better because the duplicates were placed where they were. If the duplicates were placed a little differently, like they were later on, I think the Paraffin Enforcer idea would have been better. Because it would have stopped me from getting clipped by random enemies just kind of sneaking on me. But, you know, a little Fade. A win's a win. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.